It's Peter Bugle here, Paul. You owe me money for that Omega. Nasty little fucker. You're a negative fucker. You're a fucking absolute shark. Hello. The true shark.
Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to talk about when the sale goes bad. That's right, when the sale goes bad. And I got a few fucking tales to tell. And I gotta say to you, it can be a real bitch being in sales at all. There's caveat emptor, which is the buyer beware, but there's also the other saying, it's the caveat vendor. Let the seller beware. And it can be a bitch. And I'll tell you the story. Okay, so I bought this Omega Speedmaster automatic. I bought it from a dealer, and I always gave them a quick, I'd take a look at them to make sure they weren't fakes. I always had the backs opened up, had a look inside, made sure it had the right movement for that type of Omega. And the Omega automatic, it uses a fucking ETA-based movement, okay? It's an ETA-based movement. Omega polishes a little bit and does a few fancy fucking things. But that's basically what it is. And I tested it, did some, I bought it. I think I paid about $9.75 for it. And so I think I paid about $9.75. And then I had a look at it, tested it. I always like to test my pieces and timed it. Yeah, it was working fine. The chronograph functions are fine. And then I listed it on the flea, the eBay. And it's a real bitch. I ran it the first time and I put it at, started the price at $1,075. Didn't fucking sell. Listed it again. And this time, you gotta, sometimes if you start the auction at the price you need, you get no fucking bidders. So you start it off low. So you say, start it off at $500. And that seems to attract bargain hunters, and it gets a bit more, and hopefully you can pushes it over your cost price and you make a big profit. Well, that's the theory. And anyhow, it's fucking gone to shit, and just gone fucking cactus. And that's always, you need a few friends to help you out. If it goes really low, you get a friend to bid, because that's called shill bidding. But fuck you, eBay! I mean, how else are you going to stop you losing money? It's all very well for this eBay assholes to say, shill billing's bad. But I mean, fuck, when you're running a business and, you've paid fucking $9.75 for this watch, you've invested your time, you've photographed it, you've presented it, you're not fucking here to lose $400. You're here to fucking sell the thing. This is your business. And, as far as it goes, I had it listed it cheap, and it goes over 900. I thought, fuck, I'll just let the thing run. If it goes not much higher, I'll just, that's okay. So it sells for $9.25. So that means I lost $50. I've also lost my eBay fees, because eBay charges you a listing fee, a final value fee, a fee for a bigger font, a fee for a fucking extra picture. They just rape the shit out of you. So I probably lost about $150 all up, as well as my time. And it fucking hurts when you're a dealer and your net profit on that deal is negative $150. I can tell you that much. And then you got to decide, do you honor the deal? Do you tell them, look, I'm sorry, I've discovered a fault with it, and I don't want to sell it to you because I'm losing money? Or do you say, fuck it, you want it? So, I kind of, I'd like to do the honest thing there. So I sold it to this fucker in Melbourne. And he gets it, fine, all good. He leaves a positive. Okay, it's all good. Don't hear much from him. Yep, got it. Great. Good. Because, I mean, it was a good watch, you know. I tested it. I timed it. It was all fine. Anyhow, about a month later, he comes back to me and says, I got a problem with this Omega. I say, yes. And he says to me, he got it serviced by Omega. Okay. It's not a big concern. I wasn't selling a shit watch. It was a good watch. And he said, there was a couple parts in the movement which they said were not Omega parts. And he said, you know, although they may have been ETA parts, they weren't Omega ETA parts. And I'm thinking, fuck. And I said, okay, well, look, if you're not happy with the watch, you can send it back and I'll refund you. You know, I don't, you know, just send it back and, you know, I'll just get, you know, that's fair enough. He goes, no. He said Omega's already done the work and they charge $650. I said, yes. And he's wanting me to pay the $650. And there you go. It's a fucking watch I bought for $975. I sold it for $925, which means I lost $150. And then he tells me he wants me to foot a $650 Omega bill. And I said, look, I never agreed to let Omega fix this fucking thing. I said, look, you bought a second-hand wristwatch from me. I mean, I sold it in good faith. I tested it. I made sure it was working. I said, I'm a small-time dealer, and you know, I opened it up. It had the right movement. You know, if one or two little pieces may have been changed, I said, look, it's not the crime of the century. I said, this occasionally does happen. I said, it's a 10 to 15-year-old piece. And I said, as long as it's done with the right... He goes, oh, well, Omega said this bit's wrong and that bit's wrong and it needed a service and the total bill came to $650. And I said, well, I never authorised you to proceed with the repair. And I would have said to you, send it back and I'll give you your $925 back. And that's it. And he was a really mean, nasty fucker. Really mean. He started ringing up all the time, and I said, look, I've already said to you, you know, what do you want me to do? I'm not paying $650 for a fucking repair I didn't authorize. I said, what donkey goes ahead with a repair like that when nothing was wrong with the watch? What was wrong? It needed a service? I mean, I can get a chronograph service for $200, and I said, it's not my responsibility to service it for you. I sold it as a running watch. I never made any comment that it's just serviced or, you know, it was working fine. I tested it and timed it. The chronograph functions were working fine. I said, wholesale for me to get an Omega service, a chronograph automatic service, is probably about $200. I said, for you to go ahead to go to Omega, they change one dicky part and you're trying to get me to pay $650. I said, it's just fucking not on. I said, I've lost money on this watch. I said, I bought it. I bought it for $975. I sold it on eBay for $925. I had to pay the eBay fees and all this other bullshit that eBay stings you with. And I said, now you want me to fucking cough in $650. And, you know, he was a fucking tenacious bastard. A fucking tenacious bastard. And, you know, it's just absolute shit. Absolute shit. That's all I can say. And, years later, he rang me up and still's chasing the money. And I said to him, look, what do you want me to do? I said, I never authorized you to go out and get Omega to fucking service it. I mean, it's like buying a 10-year-old Mercedes-Benz, taking it to a Mercedes-Benz dealer, and he says, oh, this part's wrong, that's wrong, and you get a bill for like fucking $30,000. I said, so what do you want me to do here? I said, you were silly enough to go ahead with it without coming back to me and saying, hey, we've got a problem, you're not happy about this, we could have worked something out. I said, if it needed a service, I've got wholesale contacts. I can get the thing fucking serviced for a fraction of that price. And I said, the parts that they reckon that were wrong, I said, Omega's standard charge for an automatic chronograph service is about $400 anyhow. So it's probably two dicky little things, and they're very minor, insignificant. And I said, you can't fucking hold me responsible for $650 fucking service and a repair just because you fucking feel you've been wronged. And he was an absolute cunt. It just was terrible. It was fucking terrible. And I then said to him, hey, look, I got some watch boxes. Can we do a deal? Can I send you a couple of watch? No, I don't need any watch boxes. I said, well, fuck, what do you want from me? And he was just a mean, nasty fucker. And I mean, look at that deal there. I lost a shitload of money on the deal, and the bastard wanted me to cough in $650. And I'd like to ask my viewers here, what do you think the moral thing I should have done here is? What should I have done? I think I should have told him to get fucked at the very outset. But just a tenacious bastard. And I'd like to hear, I like to try and be fair. When I do deals and sell shit, I like to try and be fair. And it's just an absolute bastard of a deal. And I tell you one thing for sure, I fucking stopped selling shit on eBay because it's so fucked. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think the right thing to do in this situation is.